Hello, my dear students. This is Sister Mills. I'm just making this quick video to go through our week 4 announcements with you. And as always, if you'd prefer to click through the announcements on your own, just go back to the announcement and you can go ahead and click through the slideshow, which is the first part that I posted there. So this video is just for anybody who wants to listen to the announcements, if that's easier for you, or if you're on the go and just want to listen to the information. This is a great way to go for you. So this week is all about networking and interviewing. Most of the interviewing parts are going to be in your gathering groups, and we're going to be working in class on some networking. So here's a look at some of our week 4 assignments. So you are going to be creating a LinkedIn account or improving one if you already have one. Um, an important thing to think about here is to think of this as an extension of your resume. We've learned so much about how to make a resume effective. LinkedIn is the exact same way. It can be a powerful tool when you add details and power statements like you have in your resume. Also, one thing to note that the LinkedIn application activity does include several steps and may take more time than expected, so be sure to start this earlier in the week so that you have enough time to complete it. And then also, I wanted to let you know that LinkedIn does provide a robust set of privacy options. And so if you're big on privacy, if you have concerns about privacy, please check which options work best for you. And then just real quick, this week I ran into an article about LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is a really common tool that people use, that businesses use, and so I found this article that it basically goes over some Harvard students figured out what the perfect LinkedIn profile is, and so there's a link here in the announcements. If you want to check that out, go ahead and go up to the announcements and you can find that slide. It's on slide 4, and there's a link to that article. This week, we're going to be working on math exercises again. This week, we begin new math topics. And so, a couple tips to help you out this week. One of them, don't round too early. If a student rounds if a student rounds their numbers during the calculation, they may get a slightly different answer than on the quiz. So always round at the end of doing all the calculations for a formula and not before. And then as always, try again. Please remember that you can retry math quizzes as many times as you want for the entire semester, so make really good use of this. And as always, there's resources for those questions that you get wrong, and there's the tutoring center. There's tutors available to you. So now just taking a quick look ahead, I want you to pay attention to your resume feedback. Last week you turned in your week 3 application activity resume part 2, and that will be getting graded this week or next week. I will be providing substantial feedback on part 2, so you can expect that feedback sometime between now and the end of week 5. Okay, I know that's a long time to wait, but you will be turning in a final resume during week 7. So if you get your feedback next week in week 5, you still have 2 weeks to the end of week 7 to use that feedback on your resume to really make a perfect resume for week 7. And then in our announcements slideshow, there's a video that shows you how to get your feedback. So if you're not sure how to see comments in your feedback on the gradebook, or if you're not sure how to see the online document, which has annotations, please watch that video so that you can be sure you're getting all the feedback that I'm sending to you. And then look at what comes next. As a reminder, we have this document. It's called PC 102 at a glance. It's linked in our announcements. It shows you what we're going to be working on. Okay, so week 4 is all about networking and interviewing. Next week, in week 5, we'll be working on public speaking, and week 5, 6, and 7 is our next unit, and it's about professional skills. And then in week 7, your team project starts. So that's a couple things to look ahead at. But if you want to see more about that, then go ahead and find that that link in our announcements. It's on slide 8. And then lastly, I just wanted to remind you there's this awesome quote by Elder Quentin L. Cook. He says, "We must live by faith and not by fear." And I have certainly seen this in many of you, as many of you have told me your stories and have worked through problems this semester. I can really see how a lot of you are living by faith to overcome fear. And there can be a lot of fear when it comes to this class. And so I really hope that you are relying on the Spirit and relying on your Heavenly Father to help you through it. Have a wonderful week, students. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know.